After a long and intense week, I imagine many people invested in the case will be disappointed that we don't have a verdict, but I'm sure they'll also agree that it's only right that due care and consideration be made to the decision. Ultimately, this lies with Stipendiary Magistrate Charles Pitto, and that's essentially what he told the court this afternoon. I'll take you through some of the closing arguments we heard earlier today to give you a flavour of some of the things he may be considering. Prosecution lawyer Johan Fernandez said essentially the case is a he said, she said scenario. He told the court there is no evidence the woman is lying, and that a delay in reporting the matter is no indication of false allegations. He said she's been consistent with her version of events throughout and only wants to seek justice. Whilst he acknowledged there are other issues surrounding Mr McGrail, namely the inquiry, he said they have nothing to do with the woman, and that she's almost been caught in the splash. Mr Fernandez reiterated evidence that shows she's been offered nothing in return for her complaint, except protections under the whistleblowing law. He said the complainant has been through an ordeal, and that if it was simply to get a transfer out of the RGP, then she's already made other allegations regarding the police that would have afforded her whistleblowing protections, that wouldn't have put her at the centre of a very public trial. Mr Fernandez admitted the scene of the alleged incident was a busy location, but said if the woman was lying, she could have said it took place elsewhere. In a lengthy address to the court, defence lawyer Charles Gomez said his client completely denies the sexual assault and pointed out the many contradictions in the woman's evidence. He says she was a trained police officer and yet made no notes about the incident at the time. Mr Gomez also said the fact she may have said something to her mother does not mean it happened. He said it was implausible for his client to risk everything by committing the assault, equating it to professional suicide. Mr Gomez spoke of the terrible blight on Mr McGrail and his family and asked for the matter to be brought to an end by the judge acquitting him. Given all the different aspects to the case and the intense scrutiny it's been under, it's no wonder that Charles Pitto wants to take his time making a decision. But that doesn't take away from the fact that the complainant, Mr McGrail, and both their families now face an agonising weekend waiting for a verdict.